knowledge you bring to a complex subject. I think we all recognize and aware of that.
China's currency policies is a key factor in our economic relationship. China does not yet have the currency policy we want it to have and that it needs. Treasury's foreign exchange report clearly states that China's cautious approach to exchange rate reform exacerbates distortions in its domestic economy and impedes the adjustment of international imbalances. I look forward to discussing the report with you during this hearing. We are actively pressing the Chinese to introduce greater currency flexibility and to undertake wider market reform. We are seeing some results.
Senator Dodds, Senator Bice, that
China has introduced financial instruments to hedge foreign exchange risk, and the Chinese government has begun to allow increased fluctuations in the currency. This is welcome progress, but we need to see much more. Although China is moving faster, it is still not moving fast enough. Nor is currency flexibility enough. A major objective of my 2 remaining years as Treasury Secretary will be pressing the Chinese government to advance toward the goal of a renminbi whose value is freely set in a competitive marketplace based upon economic fundamentals. I will work with the Chinese government to develop the market infrastructure they need for a freely floating currency.
a cynic would say about this that this administration doesn't care.
I want to be clear. Increased flexibility in the short run is absolutely necessary, but it is not sufficient. My goal is to make significant progress toward a fully market-determined floating Chinese currency. The message I delivered to Chinese decision-makers in the first meeting of our Strategic Economic Dialogue in December is that they are not moving quickly enough to make their currency more flexible. While they agree they need to increase currency flexibility and move to a floating exchange rate, they are not moving quickly enough for the United States or the rest of the global community, and they are not moving quickly enough for their own good. The Chinese leaders believe there is risk in moving too quickly, when in fact, as I argued to them, the greater risk is in moving too slowly. China may be in some respects a developing country, but is also a large and powerful company. The international community will run out of patience with China unless the pace of its reform accelerates.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, very, very much. And let me introduce the second panel. Let me thank my colleagues as well. And this has been a very important hearing. Yeah, Mr. Secretary.